Big news in global politics. Britain, Canada, Australia have just officially recognized Palestine as a state. This is a historic move that marks a real shift in foreign policy, especially for countries long close to the US and Israel. So, what does this mean, and why now? UK PM Keir Starmer. Recognition keeps alive hope for a two-state solution, especially as violence and suffering in the Middle East escalate. Canada's PM Mark Carney echoed this, offering partnership for a peaceful future for both Palestine and Israel. Australia's PM Anthony Albanese called it part of an international push for a two-state solution. But this isn't just diplomatic statements. For Israel, this is a big deal, and not a good one. These moves signal Israel's isolation on the world stage after nearly 2 years of war in Gaza, where more than 65,000 Palestinians have been killed. 147 out of 193 UN member states now recognize Palestine, but Palestine still doesn't have an official UN seat. That's up to the Security Council, where the US holds a veto. The US is finding itself more and more alone in support for Israel. After a meeting between Starmer and Trump said he disagreed with the recognition, even as he said he wanted the Gaza war to end. The US still provides political cover and military support to Israel, but international tides are shifting. Tomorrow, France and Saudi Arabia co-host a two-state conference backed by 142 UN member states. Israel isn't taking this lightly. PM Netanyahu released a video blasting the move, calling it a reward to terror and vowing no Palestinian state on his watch. Israel's foreign ministry says recognition emboldens Hamas, which they blame for the violence since October 7th. All G7 countries agree Hamas shouldn't have a role in Gaza's future. There are conditions. UK recognition is tied to progress on humanitarian aid in Gaza. UK recognition is tied to the release of hostages. UK recognition is tied to a commitment to long-term peace. Canada's recognition requires the Palestinian Authority to reform governance. Canada's recognition requires holding elections without Hamas. Canada's recognition requires working toward demilitarization. What does this mean on the ground? Honestly, not much, at least for now. The move is mostly symbolic, boosting Palestine's diplomatic standing. But it doesn't change the harsh realities in Gaza or the West Bank. An expert warns a Palestinian state might be further away than ever, despite these gestures. Bottom line, a major diplomatic moment, but the test is whether it leads to real change or just more statements. I'll be watching.